Hey, what's going on? Just walking in the door. Well, I've been in the door about a minute and was able to take my shoes off. I'm gonna go downstairs and game, so I need to turn down some stuff. Figured I would do a catch-up video because I've been doing less and less lately of sitting at the desk. And kind of pissed because I enjoy doing it. I like sharing what's going on, keeping you guys informed, and I should probably let me put you in my cool little so I can free my hands here and try to get some stuff done. All right, let me put you there. All right, good push buttons, connect. So last weekend was fun. Brian came down for the first time in 4 months, and we got to fly together and hang out and goof around, as you can see from some of the vids. Our intent was to do a live video and talk about the kind of 1 in a million challenge thing that it wasn't really a challenge. It was just more of throw out what you got there, and just try to keep the community close and talk about some of the goofy things that happens. And what led me to want to do this video was I haven't had, if you heard the horsing around that we did, I haven't had OSD on this quad since I put it together. And this was still early on in the building process, and I don't know what the hell it was, but I put it together and I just ran the camera right to the VTX for whatever reason, or I didn't understand the pinout, or I didn't have the pinout or the little schematic, so it never had it. So we were talking about it the other day, and then yesterday I came home and was working on some projects and just typed in, it's a Mamba brand 30 by 30, that's the standoff size. So these are 30 millimeters, whatever the hell it is, across versus across. Hold on, Zoe. Hold on. So, yeah, I didn't have the pin out, and I was like, all right, I'm going to just look it up, and found it right away, and it was the right one. I'm like, how did I miss this? It says vid on one pin, and then it says VTX or something on the backside. So I wired it up, tested it, and I went outside just to cruise around and do one quick little flight, and it was fantastic. It flew great, just cruising around the yard. I don't like ripping these things in the yard because of how fast they are, so it was just a cruiser. And right at the end, I still probably had a minute left of battery. I went to quick spin and then punch up, and all of a sudden the video just goes, yeah, and then boom, I must have dropped 30 feet on top of the hood of my car. The toaster's got a dent, and it didn't make any sense, and then the video cut out. So what ended up happening was, and they were tight, which didn't make any sense, one of the prop nuts came loose, and it just spun, so it lost all of it. So these things can't run on 3 props. Some of the drones out there that have 6 blades can actually lose one, but these guys can't. The quad survived. I wasn't using the GoPro because it was just a test flight. I'm pretty sure it landed basically on the battery. But when it rolled, because it bounced, it actually hit the hood, bounced, and then came down on the back and ended up breaking off the little UFL connector off of the VTX. So it was a quick fix, no big deal. But it does have OSD now because it's a pain in the ass. You don't know what the battery voltage is, and that's one of the things on the OSD, the on-screen display. Your voltage, your time that you've been flying, or whatever you decide to put the video channel that you're transmitting in. And the last flight I did, if it wasn't for the fact I did a little pass right by us because it felt like I had plenty of throttle left, I probably would have lost it in the air because I would have gone below the low voltage threshold that's set on the quad. So when it hits that, it just kind of, that's it. I came down at 3.52 volt, a cell, 4 cell, and one of them was actually a little bit lower. It was like 3.4, so I'm amazed. It came in screaming, the beeper just, so it has a low voltage warning. When it starts getting lower, you do a hard punch, you get slow beeps. And if it's just a warning, then it stops. And then when you pass by that and you get to the absolute minimum, it starts just beep, 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 beep. And it was doing that. It was screaming when I came in. So I am tired of flying it like that, where I want to be able to know how much time I got left, how long I've been out. So again, it was literally a 2-minute fix, and I don't know why, for whatever reason, I wasn't able to wire it up. Just one of those things, but it's good. It's back to normal. No dings. It's crazy how it hit the hood. One of those funny moments, but you kind of chuckle because it happens to all of us. That would have been another one to share if I had it on video. I think I'm gonna break and I'm gonna get or break down. I'm gonna cave and I'm gonna get the Insta360 Go 2. It looks like it might be a really kick-ass option. Unfortunately, all the mounts that I have probably won't work, so I'm gonna have to get some more, because then that would be perfect. I took the mount off Splat, so I'm gonna have to get a new mount made for it. I want to do some speed run passes with this. I would just, instead of doing flips and rolls, I was just speeding through the yard. And the more I fly this, the more dumbfounded. I'm not a huge fan of these props. A little bit of jello. I think they're the Gemfan Hulkies. For whatever reason on these, there's a tiny bit of shutter that I'm not a fan of. The other props I was running, I don't know what the hell they were. Where's my box of props? I hate when I have a thought without planning and then gotta look for shit. Is this the right box? Yep. What the hell are these? Yeah, these are Gemfan too. Also, these are the ones I've been running. They got a little bit more kick to them, and they seem to work better with that motor setup. So I'm probably gonna switch back. I may experiment with a 4-blader just to see what it's like. But yeah, this guy's a little ripper for 2S. I haven't done it 3S yet, so we shall see. The Cinewhoop game has been upped, as you could tell from last weekend with my awesome little horror movie. That seems to be like my niche. My favorite thing to do is kind of make like mini movies, and I love the scary stuff. Halloween's kind of my favorite jam. Excuse me. But this is a smaller version, and it's a tiny LED. And this is the tiny LED, and then they have a not so tiny that Brian and myself had ordered. And I think it has 3 more SMDs, surface mount diodes. So we're going to test these out to see how bright they are. The flashlight worked really good in the aspect of the FPV camera. The Cadex Ratel, or the Baby Ratel, works really good with a low light, and you could see significantly well. GoPro, not as well, but I think the settings weren't accurate or right. I could have gone different with the minimums on the ISO or whatever the hell it was to allow more light to come in, and I think the next one will be better. But trying to figure out the light source. I know the LumiCube, I forget who threw me that cool reminder. That might be an option down the road, but I want to see what I could do with some LEDs. I'm going to try to make some brackets. Excuse me. Make some brackets for them. So weight-wise, it's not as bad, because the flashlight definitely diminished in easily minute 30, minute 40 seconds worth of flight just carrying it. But it was fun. That was definitely surreal. Hiking at night behind the house is its own eerie thing, because you know you're being followed and there's animals behind you or in front of you or all over the place. And then try to focus your senses on what you're doing, wearing the goggles, and being more aware of going through the trees in that area, which is a really crazy area. The coy dog like to hunt in that area, and countless times, 90% of the time that we hike down there at night, we always catch deer in there. And there probably were, but we probably spooked them a bit with the noise of the quads and stuff. So, but it would be neat to be able to see them with the quad. I think that would be really cool. So we may try another area. The coy dog tend to den on the other end of the valley that we walked. So we may this weekend go that way for a hike or a fly, either way, inside the woods. But that could be interesting. And we'll have to break out Chet's night vision optical or whatever, monocle, whatever that thing is called. But yeah, things are good. Just quiet, slowly starting to get back to normal around here. I said, I think that 360 Go will have a lot to offer. I love the biggest selling point for that is the fact that it holds the horizon. So when the quad is turning for cinematic stuff, it will keep that. And the fact that it'll fit on a little quad and not bog it down is cool. And I got to start vlogging or doing more stuff, because I think there's a lot of behind the scenes things that are going on or that go on that are really fun just to keep content on the channel. And it might be easier for me, instead of holding my phone, to strap it on my chest or make like a helmet thing or the hat thing, so I can make videos and maybe get into doing like a time lapse of building or other things. But that's it. I got Tomb Raider that I haven't finished. I've had it a while, and I got to the last of me 2, finished that, and I got it back into this. So I am going to get into this for a little bit, chill, relax, and then look forward to Brian coming over on the weekend and hanging out. So thanks for tuning in. Any questions, comments, hit me up. Let me know what's going on, and We'll see y'all soon. Stay safe. Inspire creativity. Peace out.